Hey everyone, welcome back to Unsealed and Revealed. I am your host, Terry Smith, and with me over there in the Sideshow studios is Guy Klender, my fellow six-scale aficionado, who's flanked by two really awesome figures that we're going to be unsealing for you today. Guy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I love when we get to do more than one figure, and there's so much really cool stuff to show off about these. And both games, I'm actually pretty good at both of these games.
Is that right? You and I really need to
Hey.
go head-to-head on Destiny 2.
We'll do it.
Yeah. Speaking of people that are pretty good at games, down there below us, minding the store, fielding all your questions, and making sure that everybody, has their opportunity at bat is my buddy Paul Hernandez. How's it going, Paul? Looking good today?
Going well. Thank you so much. I'm just hanging out in this police station in the most adorable little city called Raccoon City. It's beautiful here. The weather is it's always overcast. Yeah, but a lot of slow walkers here though. It's kind of a pain.
Can you
Raccoon
weave
City,
through
where
them
it's
to really
always
get to the
Sunday.
stores you want to go to?
Yeah, I keep looking at all the zombies in Raccoon City, and I'm like, I'm gonna get that arm. So, everyone, we are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook, the Let Your Geek Set Show Facebook group, on Twitch, and on Periscope. And one thing that I wanted to make everyone aware of is if you are on Facebook and you are commenting on Facebook. It's going to be kind of hard to see some of your comments, but please keep commenting. Facebook is currently having some issues with their live commenting system, but it comes and goes in waves, much like a zombie horde.
Oh, Facebook. Oh, zombies.
Oh, zombie horde.
These are a few of my favorite things.
But you can bounce on over to YouTube or Twitch if you want to interact live with no problem. We're there as well. Want to do there? Like, comment, subscribe, because every time you like and comment and subscribe, Terry's smile grows a little wider.
Look
At that smile.
Look at it. My face is like, no more. Stop liking. Stop liking.
Oh my god, please stop, everyone.
Yeah, that's good to know that we have options. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I'm sure that we're going to get more people joining throughout the course of the show, as usually is the case. I'm super stoked about today's show because I don't know that there is a single game out there that I've played that has given me more joy than Destiny and Destiny 2. So talk to us a little bit, Guy, about what we've got here.
All right, let's take a look.
I'm going to gush a little bit more about Destiny 2 throughout the hour. I know.
I think you will, and particularly when you see what we've got here. So I'm going to move Leon off the way for our resident
While
evil.
you're doing that, Guy, I just want to interrupt. I almost forgot that we actually have some home poser stuff to contend with here.
Let's take a look.
As you all know, we've been doing for the past week. We've been telling our viewers out there to start posting photographs of your six scale collection or individual 6-scale figures in various poses, whatever you've been able to hit with them, to your social media accounts with the hashtag #HomePoser, and also with the promise that at some point we may posting those images to the show here. Well, we started with it last week, and this is the second week that we'll be doing that. We have a few offerings to show you today. If we could get producer Sam or producer Chris or whoever's at the helm there at the studio to show us. There we go. There's our
right.
first offering from BSB Biggie. We just did a show on these guys.
They were so fun to do. Definitely, I like that he's showing off the tread there by having the foot up, because that was one of the most interesting treads, and it was a worn shoe tread. Love the use of the making sure that they took that backdrop, and they have just about every accessory out there going on with that, including that CD. And I loved those guitars.
And that's legitimately how you go about showing off those figures.
Yep, that's a great pose and a lot of fun. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. Congratulations, BSB Biggie. That's really awesome. I would love to see that in my own DTOF. And what else we got out there? Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
Okay, there's a team.
Yeah. I'm not M. Hawes 1973. I guess it looks like he and I are close to the same age. I'm not going to say which direction he falls on. Yeah, we got some Avengers going on there, as well as their creator hanging out in the back.
I like Sam in the back. I like the use of a little stand element to allow Black Widow to kind of be up on the 1 foot. I think it's great when people start doing it, and the difficult to do but great when you hit it superhero landing pose.
I kind of feel like this whole I kind of feel like the whole theme that we have going on here is basically the origin story for Hawkeye's haircut in Endgame.
There you go.
Yeah, am I right?
There you go. I like it. We'll have to ask him. I like that he's created a backstory about the haircuts.
Yeah, just for the future, if anybody else is looking forward to the opportunity to drop their own photos onto the show, you can see the graphic up there on the screen right now. This is exactly how you would go about being featured. Again, pose any figure in your collection to your content, to your heart's content. Take a photo of that pose, then post it to your social channels using hashtag homeposer and hashtag YesSideshow. Also helps if you tag Sideshow. I think that might just be essential. So yeah. Get busy posing. Make it so. Without further ado, that's what we've got for today. Guy, let's rip into this.
All right, let's take a look. We've got our big sturdy box right there on the front. We have kind of the fun photo, and then it is going to show the name of figure there. We spin it around, and on the back we have our Destiny 2 logo. On the other side, this is something I really dig. When you're playing the game and you have your weaponry that'll show kind of on the side and your life points and things like that, and your arsenal. I like that it has this, and I like that it's using that font that we see in the game.
Yeah.
So I like that was brought on there, and that actually is also the accessories that are going to come in this particular figure as well. So I'm going to open that up on the top. Big sturdy slide out, and this is a big sturdy box. Threezero will always put in a warranty sheet for you that you can fill out.
Oh wow!
Always a nice thing to do. Now, in your top tray is going to be your main figure. Okay, it's also going to have his additional hands.
It's taking too long. Get it out of the box.
Take it out of the box. Hurry, hurry, hurry. All right, I'm just going to set him here for the moment. While I get
look at you majestic beast.
Well,
now for those of us out there, while you're taking stuff out, Guy, for those out there who may have not played the Destiny game, may be unfamiliar with the mythology. The Hunter Sovereign is this. Okay, the Hunter is one of 3 classes of character that you can choose to play with in the Destiny game. Think of the Hunter as kind of like a Ranger analog, whereas another character class, which we'll be talking about later, will be the Warlock, which is sort of like a Wizard analog. All of which, by the way, are able to use long rifles of various shapes, sizes, shotguns, machine guns, submachine guns, what have you. Each character class comes with its own unique sets of abilities, and each one of those classes contains various subclasses that you can choose from. My personal favorite for when I was playing a hunter would be the gunslinger, which is very much a class that's devoted to, say, marksmanship, being a sharpshooter, being able to nail one-shot kills and whatnot. Judging by the weapons that I'm seeing here today, Guy, I think that the particular subclass of this hunter is an arc strider, which those guys are just like water dancers, man. They dance in and out, close quarters combat.
You are correct, sir.
Just prefer to go on head to head. Those guys in multiplayer, by the way, annoyed the hell out of me because they would sneak up on me before I dodge my shots more often than not and just kill me before I knew what the hell had happened. Now, let's talk a little bit about the costume there, guys.
All right,
let's just go ahead and attack it. I've got more to say, but
let's do a head to toe, and then we'll jump into accessories. And Terry and I are going to knock out a pose here. First up, this is straight out of the game. That's kind of the fun part when you're doing these game figures, is that they tend to really be able to pull that off. And
it legitimately looks like my
show
character.
those off really, really well. I want to spin it around here to show on the side there, and of course on the back of the hooded cape, that is a raised pattern that is 3D printed on there. And it is a nice, tight, looking as though is a golded thread pattern.
Wow.
Right there. And you get a bit of an iridescent quality to the cape itself and the way that lays there. I'm going to turn it back here, and we're going to take a look at the right arm. We're going to kind of work our way down from shoulder, pauldron, and such. Now, the blade that is on the side of the hunter character is a permanently attached piece. Okay, so you're not going to want to try and yank that out of there. what I love is down here on all of the hands, the additional hands in these here. I love the little scroll work that has been added to those. I also think it's kind of fun that they've got their the 2 fingers and thumb that have those accents of gold on there.
Now, I should go ahead and point out to again to the same people who may not be terribly familiar. The costume details. Okay, first of all, the number of costumes that you can select for your character as that character progresses through the game, it's extraordinary. It terrifies me to think of the amount of work that had to go into developing all the costumes just for one specific character class. And when you actually are looking at, I spent a ridiculous amount, an almost embarrassing amount of time outfitting my character, just trying to make my character look as cool as possible, because I legitimately wanted to feel like this is what I would want to wear into combat. And all these colors that we're looking at, these whites, these golds, these blacks, it epitomizes everything that I was after in the look that I was trying to achieve. So if I seem excited and giddy, that's why.
Well, that's
it's like they built the figure for me.
Yeah, so. One of the cool parts about this particular game and these guys is that customizing. That you really get to do so much when creating your characters in this particular game. Love the gold on there, and those are again individual and on there as well. These are not an attached, which the reason that is important is for, of course, when you are posing, to be able to cover your wrist joint. I do want to lift the cape over, spin him around, and show that even under the cape, the back detail.
That is freaking awesome.
Okay, that you have on there. And the different colors and types of black that we have in the pant as well. If you look up on the shoulders, you can see that that has this really unique print, almost a carbon fiber type look, done in a very reduced size there as well. If we can get a close-up there on the front of the belt, and you can take a look, when I talked about the scroll work that's done and the lattice work, you can see it's even done down in the belt. Okay.
Wow.
And there is a great shot. Thank you very much for that close-up. That's a great shot of you seeing that, what I refer to as kind of that carbon fiber type that is also done in the chest area there. I'm going to spin it around there so you can see how that gold, it's kind of the aged gold, the bright gold, bit of bronze color in there.
I would also like to add that I legitimately would look for armors that had that carbon fiber look to it.
Oh, I mean, it was
just such a cool effect.
It's such a neat look. Again, going to keep the cape up, and we're going to work our way down onto the legs, and then of course one of our favorites. Yes, we will be taking a look at the tread. His blade on the side. I like a little bit of that. They use a lot of different elements there, and that kind of has that Egyptian handled weaponry that I've seen in a number of antiquity museums. Work our way.
I want to say the blades on the arms were unique to the hunter character class. That is one thing. That is one of their melee things that they're able to do, is actually throw a knife. That it's been a while, but I don't think any other character is able to do that to the degree that they can, at the very least.
Right. I think that's the only one that does. We work our way down, and let's take a look at the shin guards, knee pad, and such. Take a look at the paintwork done on those shin guards, that it does have aging and pitting.
Look at the different patterns on the paneling.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's great.
Take a look at the shin guards. Again, that carbon fiber that you talked about that you like to customize yours with is shown there. I'm going to turn off the light because we do have some bright white on there. But seeing that bright white, that you do get a little bit of that dirt, because obviously you're running around a lot in this game. The brass on the back there.
Cool. Paul, do we have any questions? There's a lot to take in here, but I'm sure that there have got to be at least some questions from the viewing audience. So you got anything really juicy for us?
Oh yeah. So
Nice.
we definitely have some questions about maybe some of the the logistics of how the suit is maybe put together. A couple different questions. One from Jason Todd: is that a zipper or is it Velcro? Single Songwriter wants to know: does the figure have double jointed elbows and knees? And also on the arms, are there pieces of armory? Like, does any of that come off? So various questions about much more specific parts of some of the cut and sew, if you will.
All right. Well, let's answer all of those. First up is some of the we were asked a little bit about its range of motion. We do have a double joint there, allowing you that. And of course, when you see that, it's kind of neat that handle. I like that the handle swings out.
Looks like he's drinking a cup of coffee.
Exactly. Now, he's also asked about pieces that are attached here. Okay, and on the other side. Now, because of the lattice work, I wouldn't recommend removing it, but you do have the ability to take that off. Now, as far as the whole suit being removable, no need to. I would not recommend. I don't see any reason that you would. The reason that you have them there is when you do switch out the hands, that depending on how you pose it, you'll be able to do that where you like. When you have
the gauntlet would probably the vambraces would probably slide off.
Correct. Correct.
Again, mine's never going to.
No. Now you asked about how the suit is attached. Okay, we do have this over. If it is zipper, of course, that zipper would be covered up and not be accessible. It does appear to be very, very tightly pressed together Velcro. I'm not going to be lifting up on there, but as far as a removability of the suit, not something you're going to want to do. Waistband here is attached, but does move a little bit. This is a rubberized piece, and we'll see that more when we go into posing. Let's knock out the rest of the articulation. Because of the way the pants are done with that kind of leather on the outside and the soft fabric on the inside, we do have a really nice wide range of motion without putting too much stress on the fabric. If that were kind of that tight vegan leather, we might be a little more concerned with that. Next up is we were talking about knee joints, and it's a little more than 90. The only thing impeding it is, of course, because he has the armament. We can't go too far back on there, but since we do have that there, I am going to spin it around, and it's one of our favorite times in the show. Here we go.
Okay. Whap! Tread watch.
Bammo. Split boot.
Man, he can do some serious power sliding.
I love that split toe. Ball joint on there. This one here is going to be the hard as well.
Nice.
Let me get that up to show.
Double ball joint.
Double ball joint. Important to see in something that's armored like that you do get that double ball joint. Wow, what's neat is, okay, the front, I've almost got a speed skater look going on there.
Yeah, you do.
Terry.
I just want to point out that the Hammer God on Twitch has just commented, nothing makes me happier than joining two passions of mine, one six-figure collecting and Destiny 2, currently playing as I watch this Unsealed and Revealed stream. Hashtag life goals. Hashtag you're awesome.
Hey, thank you.
Job well done.
Thank you for watching. This is just showing that as far as our front motion of the leg, you've got a almost straight out 90 to there. And of course, can open the hips fully, twist the leg as so. And then we talked about the foot as well. Wow, I was surprised I was just doing that speed skater. Let's talk about the waist. We get plenty of bend in our waist as well on that. The shoulder pauldron does move out of the way when we need it to as well. Speed skate and hail a cab at the same time.
Wait, speaking of waists, is that belt removable?
It is not. It is not. While I have this hand raised up, I want to get a close-up of it because these particular hands are important. Can we Okay, there we go. Kind of caught it on the light there. You're going to see both the right and left hand in this semi-relaxed open position does have a little divot in the palm of those. In the top tray, in the little bag, you're going to have a small rod. Okay?
Uh-oh.
By attaching the small rod
I know what's coming.
into the palm, we can use one of our accessories that I'm going to hold up. That's right, it does come with his ghost. Look at the tight paintwork on that one. Okay, absolutely nice tight paintwork. And then over here, there's your going to be your hole to attach. All right. So I'm going to step away there and let that show itself off. All right. I mean, this is kind of an odd way that I've got them out there, but I do want you to see that that's how you can use it. All right. That it is specific in those two palms. You're going to have that. Next up, let's talk about one more part of articulation, and that is going to be the head. We're going to slide back the hood, which of course you can do on this figure. And if you play as in the game, you know you can have it up or down. Okay? You do have some good forward motion and good ball joints.
This is a good idea, by the way, for collectors to remove that hood, to pull that hood back before messing with the... Because you really don't want to run any risk of doing any damage to any fabrics or patterns that might be on that hood by moving it around. The oils on your fingers can be a little bit caustic to any of the materials, any of these
Correct.
figures. So,
correct.
Yeah, push that thing back.
All right, so now that we've got him off to the side, I'm going to set him up there. Let's talk about the additional hands that you're going to have. You do have the fist hands, and these ones here, again, are going to have that same scroll work pattern that we've looked at. Next hand that you're going to have is an open hand. See the way in which that one is open? This is for holding the staff. I'm going to hold that up in a second. And then you have your trigger hands as well with this one here if we're using the gun armaments. Speaking of gun armaments, let's take a look at this one right here.
I love that gun so
All
much.
right. You do have that iridescent pearl color in the blue right there. Great use of metallics. Even down on the side here, you're getting those nice tight printed logos on there. So a lot of great work done. Every aspect.
This type of rifle, I believe, is what would be called in the game a scout rifle. It's a really neat, like sort of a carbine sort of a thing. It's a single shot, pretty much fire. It's got a pretty big magazine size, but there was something about just the sound that it makes and the vibration quality in the controller that made it really satisfying for me. It was really kind of my gun of choice.
Is your gun of choice?
Those more often than anything. Yeah.
Now, I happen to like these guys. I love the aesthetic on this one here. When we take a close-up on here, just to see the really intricate paintwork that they've done on that, you can see that there's little printing there, up on the top there, on the side here. Okay, all of those details have been done.
Wow.
On here. This is, of course, the two-handed version of the blaster. And the last weaponry is going to be our spear. Okay? Now, before we get asked the question, are any of these pieces die cast? These are not, but they are a nice hard plastic here. All right.
That is the signature weapon of a arc strider. So that is your arc spear.
Exactly.
You can summon that and wield it to deadly effect. Apparently I was mistaken. The weapon, the first weapon, the blue gun that we were talking about, is in fact an auto rifle. It's actually called Uriel's Gift. I remember seeing that before we did the show, and for some reason just completely forgot. So thank you to the internet.
Well, you've been playing the game, and now you're just loving on the toy.
So many guns.
With the spear here, I said I have both a right and a left hand to hold with. Terry, why don't we jump into posing? I think should we be using the spear? Probably, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Definitely.
Right hand or left hand hold?
I'm thinking left hand hold for the spear.
All right.
And even though it's not, I don't know how game accurate it's going to be. I think we're gonna two hand like double wield on this thing.
Double wield on the spear. Okay.
Yeah, because we are doing two figures and we do like to keep the show as close to an hour as we can. We're not going to go too complicated with the posing. I'm not going to go with a really aggressive. I'm not going to suggest that you do any really aggressive action poses, guys. So let's just keep it. Let's just keep it cool and stoic. And if you can get a left hand with the arc spear, and I'm thinking just because I love the look of the gun so much, let's go with the auto rifle, Uriel's gift. I feel like I've played with Uriel's gift before. Guy, while you're posing, I just want to go ahead and let everybody know that, again, this is only one of two figures that we're going to be playing with today and posing today. The other is going to be a Leon Kennedy 6-scale figure from, oh, God.
From Resident Evil 2.
Dropping the ball, but Resident Evil 2, yeah, thank you. From Resident Evil 2, the remake of the game from back in 2019, I think it was. So that's looking forward to doing that next. But before we do, just to let everybody out there in our viewing audience know that we have put together a Gleam giveaway where we will be giving one of you lucky recipients a 6-scale Leon S. Kennedy figure from Resident Evil 2 sometime by the end of the show today. So, Paul, do you have any details on that you would like to share with the viewing audience today?
Sure. Yes. Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Yes. So, side.show/Leon giveaway 21. Go ahead and enter into the Gleam. We'll pick a winner live. You must be present to win. And of course, as with all Sideshow giveaways, it is a US only. So again, the side.show/Leon giveaway 21. You must be present to win. We'll announce a winner live. We'll let you know. And then we'll tell you how to claim your prize when and if you win. And again, US only, please.
That's right, Paul. Thank you. That's how are we doing there, Guy? I see you've got the arc spear in his hand.
Yes, I'm just quickly throwing things together here. So we've got an arc spear in hand, and we do have the blaster in the other.
So you've really broken with my suggestion and gone with something sort of slightly actiony in like a first draft of a pose there, and it's really, really cool. Mostly because, yeah, I think we should continue with the museum pose that we're going to do, but
yes.
Just the knowledge that you can get that width of a stance out of that figure, and that you'll be able to recreate something like that might evoke some of the feelings that you feel while you're playing the game. That's crucial to 6-scale figure collecting. So that's good to know that if and when I get one of those, then I'm going to be able to do that. So I think what I would like to see him doing though is let's bring that the gun hand not like he's going to be having it all the way up on his shoulder, but just like he's going to be holding it aloft, kind of pointing it to the sky.
It's just better if you stand up and show me what you're talking about there.
Oh, I suppose that it is, isn't it? Darn.
I mean, this is a big weapon here, so I can't see exactly what you're talking about, nor can the audience.
I'm not in the best position to do that because I'm actually plugged into my computer today.
Oh, okay.
I'll go ahead and unplug the headphones and make that happen.
Nice.
So do I have...
Okay, he can't hear us. Paul.
I don't even have anything here that even closely resembles a gun.
All right, well, that's all right. Just show me with your hand what we're talking about.
So I think basically what I'm trying to get us to do here is I want that... I don't have a spear.
You'd think he would, folks. You'd think he would. All righty.
Yeah. So the staff is just going to be pretty much basically... Oh, I just lost a pipe. Okay. The staff I'm just going to have like this at this angle, Guy. So kind of down and back. You can see the angle that's being created by my arm here.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Can indeed.
Okay, cool. And the gun, we're just going to bring that gun arm up just like this.
Got it.
And
we got a body to
the...
this.
I'm doing it already, but I would imagine this is the stationary position that the figure would be in coming out of the box. So I want to kind of cock those hips back so that he's standing back on that back foot. And then kind of turn the torso a little bit into the camera. Got it?
Does that figure look like Terry Smith standing there, folks? Have we?
Boom. Identical.
Is it identical?
Oh, shit.
It is identical. I say that a lot when I play this game.
I think that for the purposes of maintaining the integrity of my collection, that will probably be the last time that the viewing audience of Unsealed and Reveal sees me dragging the Gandalf staff out while posing during the show. I'm going to have to find a suitable substitute.
I like, you have really been able to, working with you, I've been able to bring life to a standard museum pose. And this is definitely ways that you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I do appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, so if we can just tweak this a little bit there, Guy.
Tweaking it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and the spear hand, I would like to see it... I would like to see that spear rotated about 90 degrees away from him, the tip. Yeah.
All right.
Because what you want to do when you when you're having the when you're holding the spear, when he's holding the spear, you want that spear to be pointing towards him and not going across his body if you can avoid it. And what that will also do is it will also have the added benefit of drawing your eye towards this figure himself.
All right, I see what you mean.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, and okay, two more things. So we want to take that head and we want to turn it to his left. Again, just kind of creating that with his feet being like not quite parallel with each other. We also want to have that like rotation of the legs and the torso continue through the torso and into the head. So he's increasingly pointing more towards the camera. Or if you start at his head, working his way down, then his feet would wind up being like the least pointed towards the camera. Okay. And one other thing we want to do is we want that gun. See how that gun is just kind of flat to the camera? That's not quite what we're after. We want to rotate. Oh no, the arm is fine where it's at. So we just want to rotate the wrist the other direction. Yeah, we want to have that gun to be pointing more inward towards the camera. There we go. That's better. That's much better. I like that. Yeah. And the last thing we want to try to do is the tip of the spear, so to speak, is actually pointing. It looks like the spear is pretty parallel to the ground. So we want to take the point of that spear and have it pointed more towards the ground. The front of the spear pointed more towards the ground. Yeah. There we go. Now try to get that hand as close as you can to his hip. Not sure if there's going to be any armor collisions there that you have to contend with, but yeah, you can sort that out. And I think that's good. Okay, let's turn him. Look the camera. Can you have his face actually looking right at the camera, Guy, just to make sure that we got everything right there? There we go. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's the alternate version. That's actually that actually looks like my character right there. Mostly because in all video games that I play, I try my best. Ooh, we got a warlock.
Cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, mostly because every time I have a character in any video game, I do my best to make that character look like a stormtrooper. Because I'm a nerd like that. Wow. Yeah. I love that the warlock has the. I love that the warlock has the ghost out.
Has the ghost?
For those who don't know, yeah. For those that don't know, the ghost is your character's. Ghosts were created by the Traveler. If you want to know more about the Traveler, you have to do kind of a deep dive. But they're little bits that are sent out by the Traveler to find and resurrect the spirits, the bodies of warriors who've fallen on the field of battle. So yeah, it's an integral part. It's basically your connection to all things that you might need in the video game, your ways of accessing your armament. It actually allows you to read stuff, translate things. It's basically something for you to interact with within the game. It's very, very cool.
What I like about it is with the ghost is that small, thin, translucent rod. You don't really see it. You don't really see the rod. It does have a floating aspect.
One more thing I'd like you to do, guys, simply because it's screen accurate to do it in the video game, is on both of those figures. If we could go ahead and put the hood up, I don't think you would ever see a hunter without the hood up in the game.
I know. I just happen to
Yeah.
love the helmet design so much.
It's really, really cool. I agree, but and it's nice to show it off. But yeah.
Well,
just,
here we go.
I
You
don't,
know
I'm,
what?
yeah,
Let's have it. Let's be able to show people
there you
either
go.
direction.
One of each.
I'll do one of each so you can see
Yeah. Look at it. Oh.
what you've got going there. All
Now,
right.
I'm just gonna let.
There might have been a
I'm just gonna
question
let the.
about
Oh, yeah.
the cape as far as like a wire. There is not. Okay.
Okay.
But it does drape
Not
naturally
and
on its own.
is there a wire in the hood?
There is not.
Okay, cool. One thing I'd like to point out to our viewing audience is that I told everybody here on the show today that was listening to me that I've legitimately had my finger on the order button for the entirety of the show because I wanted to look at this figure before I made a decision, and
There we go. The
Order
click just
placed.
happened.
done.
Live ordering with Terry Smith.
Ordering with Terry Smith. It's a sub show.
That's a first.
Yeah.
Paul,
That was awesome.
Awesome.
I don't know if we've ever seen that live.
I know I've never done it live. I know I've talked about it, but yeah.
Watching three super huge nerds order their collectibles live is quality content. We've been saying it for
Exactly.
years. It's just getting the logistics set up of
It's
it.
the thing that the internet. It's the thing that the internet didn't do that it didn't know it needed, and now we know. So hopefully we'll be seeing more of that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fingers crossed.
Okay.
Paul, I think we went over everything, correct? No, is there anything else before we jump into Resident Evil 2?
Yes. Any final questions?
Anything else I should nail?
So no, I think people were really stoked about this particular figure. They loved the pose. They loved Terry's. Where are you? You're right here. They loved the enthusiasm from Terry and by Guy.
I'm so geeking out.
Now
Look at
people
them all.
wanted to know. I don't know if I've only played Destiny 1 very quickly. People wanted to know for you and Guy before we move on to our Leon figure. Who do you guys play as? I guess main is the word. Who do you main as?
Mainly, I'm a hunter.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have been known to dance around as a warlock as well. Yeah. That's really my thing.
Like in general or in Destiny?
In Destiny. Yeah. In Destiny. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
This is
Might also be in general.
that is my guy right there.
I have a wizard staff and a wizard's pipe.
I like playing as all three, and so I think it really depends what I want to try and do. I think that's the great part of games like this and the subcategories and the sub things that you get to do. But this is the one that I
the
will
role-playing
go as.
element.
I love the look of that.
Yeah, that's just actually my first time looking at the warlock up close too, and I've got to admit that I'm mighty tempted. You might get to see me hit that. You might get to see me hit that button again.
Yes.
Maybe this time I'll actually take the camera and point it at the screen so people can actually see it happen. I'm sure there's some privacy thing I don't want to let go with by doing that, but still.
All right.
Okay, looks like we're moving into Raccoon City.
We
Or
are indeed.
hopefully they don't have brown recluse issues like they do in St. Louis.
Well, they've got something much worse, Terry.
What are you talking about?
they're-
I don't know.
they're-
What do you mean?
They're having a rough time there too.
I'm trying to block that out.
So on
There's zombies.
Really quick before we move forward, Guy. I just want to let the audience know that it is 20 minutes until the next hour, which means, as regular viewers of the show will realize, that it is time to begin the Guess the Reveal contest. That is the contest in which we invite all of you out there in the Webosphere to start hammering out onto your keyboards your best guess as to what next week's figure will be on Unsealed and Revealed. So let her rip. Start hammering away. Paul is going to be very busily monitoring all the social media channels that we have the show on today to try to determine who will be the first person to correctly guess the figure that we will be unsealing on next Tuesday. So good luck with that, Paul. Good luck to everybody out there. The winner, the person who does guess properly the next figure that we're going to be unsealing and revealing, will be receiving as a prize a copy of the book Figure Fantasy by Daniel Picard. For those of you not in the know, this is a weekly giveaway for us. The Figure Fantasy book by Daniel Picard is a book of photography by a fantastic Canadian photographer who takes 6-scale figures and puts them into very real-world environments through the magic of Photoshop. and through the magic of in many cases force perspective as well. I think he uses that for some of the photos that you'll find within also feature footage from within the walls and halls of Sideshow Collectibles. We'll leave it to you to guess which ones those are. It's a really great volume, and the winner will be, I'm sure, will be very pleased to have it in his or her collection. So we'll let you know at the top of the hour who won the contest, if anybody, if Paul chooses to. He has absolute power, though.
He does indeed.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I may or may
Power
not
has
reveal
definitely gone to my head.
All right, Guy, let's commence with the unboxing.
Let's hit play and jump right on in. So right there on the side, a still from the game. Wraparound artwork on the box. This is also magnetic front closure, giving you a reveal of the figure, as well as cast and crew credits right there, and it continues that artwork. I'm going to open from the bottom. Okay, you do have one small little tape circle that you're going to cut. When you pull out the box, you're going to have a lot. This is accessory heavy, folks. Accessory heavy. We do have on the very lower part, you're going to have a backdrop that you can use. Okay, I haven't unsealed that yet, but you do have a Raccoon City backdrop as well on there. Inside on the bottom of the bottom tray there is going to be the stand, as well as the two parts that will hold up your backdrop. Top tray is going to be our figure right here. The 4 keys that you find in the game. Yes, they're going to give you all 4, not just the ones you can get as the character. 2 of the different combat knives. We do have his radio here that we're going to talk about. The additional hands. We have the first aid spray and the 2 different types of grenade, and then the sheath for the blade. All right, I am going to take the figure out, set him there, and start working on pulling out a huge amount of accessories that we talked about.
Wow. Tray
2 is what really gets you. This secondary tray has so much. You just keep discovering, and so we are going to show off all of that. If you have a favorite weapon in the game, it's probably in this tray.
Nice.
Take a look at that. I'm going to hold this here for a bit so he can do some close-ups on there. You have ammo boxes. You have boxes of ammunition on this thing.
Is that a rocket launcher?
Oh, yes. You have the rocket launcher down below. You have his handcuffs, all of this. And we're going to pull that out. First thing I'm going to take out of here is going to be his belt and holster. With this here, it does have, let me turn that off in this a little, well, no, let me go back here. It is a Velcro, okay, if you see on the ends, allowing you to put it on the figure however you like. Also, these are all individual, so you'll be able to move those and place those around. In that top tray, I talked about that it does have his blade. Okay, you do have 2 different blades you can choose from on there. I'm going to pull one out and show that the sheath does actually function. This one here on the back has 2 loops. What you'll do is you're going to slide whatever pieces you want off of that back belt and then slide that on wherever you like. But I do want to show you that you do have that option, and it does hold both blades in there, okay? So you can place the objects in the belt wherever you like. You also have some that attach to the front belt, and I'm going to pull those off as well. You're going to have this guy right here, and that's going to hold the handcuffs. That's right, got to have our handcuffs, because you handcuff zombies. The little chain as well, so that'll fold on in there. I know it sounds silly that it's one of my favorite accessories, but I love this flashlight. What I like about this particular flashlight is that there's actually I love that it's the old school that drops down there. But one of the extra hands that come with the figure is what they call the flashlight hand. And that's this guy right here. And the way in which it's done with that thumb all the way back. And so you can put that in there. It also does have a place on the belt. There is a little loop that you can place that through as well. You asked it, and so let's show it to you. Massive rocket launcher.
By the way, I'd like to point out, Guy, that the zombie survival guide just clearly points out that rocket launchers are not the ideal weapon for the zombie apocalypse. Yeah,
They're not ideal? They're not
no,
ideal.
They're not ideal.
Does it say
You need a
anything in there about handcuffing zombies, whether that's poignant or not?
No, I don't recall. I only recall like the most obvious things that could be pointed out.
You have to look at it.
I was reading that book, like wanting to know, okay, what should I have? And clearly, what you need is a precision weapon like a sniper rifle, or some sort of a carbine, or a katana.
Well, we will show off some more weapons then here.
Good.
With this one here, don't know if you can see, there is the small tiny wire there. There are also two little metal loops on the side. You are going to have the strap, and they connect onto those. Be careful with that thin wire, but then of course these also do slide down in as well.
Before you move on there, Paul, before you move on there, Guy, I just want to check with Paul. Do we have a winner yet for our guest reveal contest, Paul, or are we gonna have to drop a clue?
Yeah, no one's even close.
Okay.
Not even. Yeah, they're moving like zombies here. So, I guess for a hint, this piece is killer. And then I wish I had a smoke bomb.
Nice.
This piece
Chris, take me off screen.
That didn't do me any good.
No, it didn't.
What we've been seeing on in the 6 scale world on the weaponry that we've been getting recently is just the incredible attention to detail and the realism that you get on these things from we're gonna stay on quite a few close-ups. I'm gonna really force Julian to do a lot of work on the camera today. That you do have.
You can do it, Julian.
The magazines that'll go back like so. I'm gonna pull up the other one. You'll have the same on this particular piece, and of course when it goes back, you can even look down and see around in the chamber. This particular one does have the additional stock that will go on the back as well. Also
meant to sharpen your aim.
Yes, you can drop in the longer clip.
For those who don't know, in the game, you are able to pick up accessories for your weapons in order to give them upgrades to increase your ability to hit a zombie or to do more damage or what have you. So that's a really awesome role-playing element that they've thrown into the game.
So if I wanted to put in the larger magazines, and those will go in this one here.
Is that an HK MP5?
Boom.
That's sick.
Your stock is going to go
beautiful.
all the way back on that. And this one here, also removable magazine. Okay.
Okay, I just want to point out that I'm hearing now from producer Alan that we have a winner in our Guess the Reveal contest.
We do have
That
a winner?
means that it's time. We do have a winner, and it's time for everybody to stop pounding out. Stop harassing Paul with all your guesses. He's already got a winner. It's too late. Yeah. Paul, talk to us, Goose. What's going on?
All right.
Well, congratulations to a one, Jason Todd, who very much like this figure back from the dead to watch our show. Guy, do the honors here.
Here we go. Let's take a look. What are we looking at? Oh. Yikes.
Dang.
Look at that.
Oh, boy.
I was just I was actually just talking to somebody the other day about how I want to how I really want a friend of mine actually I was thinking about buying a Michael Myers mask off of a friend of mine, and my goal would be to actually just on Halloween night stand in my picture window in the living room and just like stare at trick-or-treaters as they walk by. But just, if that's not and not in that creepy way, just in that horrifying way, like, oh God. But instead, I think I'll just build a mannequin and put it up there instead. But
all you gotta do
more
is tell
fun
them.
if you could like occasionally walk away from the window, like they think, oh look, that guy's got a mannequin in his window, and then I move.
You just need a sign outside that says, "I have brown recluse spiders here."
That's all that we need. Yeah, then
That's
put a
terrifying
bunch of
enough.
webs out on the front lawn. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
The John Carpenter's Halloween Michael Myers Deluxe 6 scale figure. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Wow. When I was
You can feel the
still
chill
at
in
the
the
Sideshow
air.
offices full time, yeah, I remember being able to play around with the Freddy Krueger figure and the Jason 6-scale figure, and now we can complete my personal trifecta with the addition of Michael Myers. And how cool is that going to be? I'm looking forward to that, Guy. Hope Tuesday can come quickly enough.
That is going to be a lot of fun. Jumping back into somebody who would probably help to hunt down an individual like Michael Myers.
Yes.
We do have. I have now placed him on the stand that does come. As I said, this stand is taped to the very back bottom tray. Okay, so not to be overlooked. Now we talked about that. There's Velcro on his belt, and we'll put that on in a second. Also, that Velcro is going to be up on the top and around on his vest. Now, I'm sure I'm going to be asked, is it removable? I would guess that it is. It's not something I'm going to do because I know that always putting something back to look just the way it was once you've removed it from a figure is pretty darn difficult. But let's take a look at what we've got here. Take a look, Brian, what we've got that turned around. You can see the elbow pads, and you can see they do have a bit of scuffing to it as well. He does have those fingerless gloves with the pads on both of the finger and top as well. Spinning that around. Now, portrait is right out of the game. Take a look at how tight the strands of the hair are. That's one that really, when you're able to pull that off, that's a big deal. And Terry, I know it's something you and I have talked about as well. Hair has never been an easy thing. Facial hair or individual strands of hair is not easy to get in a sixth, and to be able to pull it off on here is pretty darn great. Now that I have it here, I'm going to ask for a close-up here on the arm to show off just how nice that patchwork is done. Now that's printed on, but it does have that stitch look. It does look like an actual embroidered patch. Okay.
And now that you have the camera that close, you're zoomed in that close, you can actually see how well the fabric on the shirt, on both shirts, downscales. I mean, it legitimately reads as full scale. This is a beautiful piece. Again, when we talked about that Velcro that's on there, whether or not they're actually removable or just made to look as they are, I think you're getting that Velcro even on those. Again, pieces I would not remove, but I love the fact that they've given it that. While we've got the close-up, if we can tilt up a little bit and you can see, I do like when you're playing the game, it does look like he's probably not slept too much, and who does in the Zombie Apocalypse. Or in Brown Recluse.
Did you have a hint of the red underneath the eye? As we go down, you talked about how great that outfit is, and that goes all the way down toward the pant. All right, so we're gonna do a slow pan down as well on there. You see the functioning belt down to. Look at the scratches. Scratches and beat. Knee pads.
That is a very well used knee pad.
But such a neat, that's the extra mile that they've gone to give it that realism. We're going to work down to one of our favorites, and that would be those boots. Let's take a look at the great leather work, great aging. You see the mud caked into the laces and such. Tight stitching on those. Really like the wear and tear they've done on those. Now that I've spun it to the back.
Oh, there it is.
Boom.
Round 2. Tread watch.
There we are. Pound it down. Again, with the mud.
Those are some zombie stomping boots.
Those are zombie stompers. Stompers.
I've never owned a tactical boot. Is that what they look like from below?
Many do that'll have the kind of nub for I don't need it too much, but the world of 6 scale is getting dangerous, so we may need to.
It's okay. You can admit you've never owned a tactical boot.
We may need to get ourselves some. That boot there is a solid boot. This is not a cut ankle joint on there, but it is ball jointed, so we will get play on there. Since we've got it there, let's take a look at the knee. We do have a double jointed knee. We also have the double joint on the elbow. Having him on the stand is just allowing me to kind of move everything in odd angles, but this is just letting us. So we've got that outfit is not giving us too much restriction of movement. Obviously, up here in the chest area, we're going to have a little bit more. You hear that ratchet when I'm moving to the side, giving it a Terry twist, or this is a little bit of a dance move. I'm amazed at how frequently when I'm doing these things, they look like unique dance moves.
It's true, though.
Exactly. But we've got our ball joint head. Now, this is a bit of a unique style in the neck peg. Okay. Giving us a lot of range of motion and slides on and over. Okay, so that's just a little bit different than what we see with a standard peg. While we've got close-ups, things I want to show off are these guys here. I can't believe that they've done these shells, and then you slide down on the box.
Yeah. Oh, that's sick.
And
that
you have
really
little.
Cool.
Isn't that crazy? This
Yeah,
crazy.
really
I mean,
neat.
look at this. And there's our
Thank you,
handguns
Damtoys.
as well. I like maximum standard. And you
That's
do
my
have
personal standard.
maximum standard. Okay, so now that we have it there, I will start attaching his belt. And one of the other great accessories that comes on here that I still need. See, there's so many accessories in this. Is going to be his radio.
Okay.
Okay. His radio on the back is going to have a clip that's going to attach on there. Also, can attach up on his
that looks really
his shoulder
really
as well. And you see that is a very thin and functioning coil. Because it is real thin like that, you can be a little extra cautious, particularly
definitely
at the connection points of that. But again, so much. I'm going to start putting on his ammo belt and things like that. But feel free to ask away anything that I should be telling you there, Terry.
Do we have any questions from the audience there, Paul?
Yes, we actually do. Guys, some people were talking about if you could probably, if you could possibly, go over some of the different textures on the cut and sew there, as well as, and again, because again, a lot of folks have maybe not collected Damtoys or anyone outside of Sideshow 6 scales or Hot Toy 6 scales. They're wondering, if you could talk about some of the similarities and the differences in the body type or anything along those lines.
All right. Okay. So quite a few things to discuss on those. With your range of motion, this is similar to what you've seen in other 6 scale figures. Okay, as far as what they're able to do and their posability. As such, you did see that there was that differential point as far as the way in which the neck joint is connected. Next up, I think, was the question of perhaps was it the fabrics that people would like to know more about? I think that's what, Paul, you had said they are curious about the fabric elements. With that there, we're going to be talking about a standard cotton for the main blue jumpsuit. We are also having the cotton on the tan undersuit. And a nylon for the vest with Velcro pieces.
Love it.
All right. On the belt that we have here, that we are attaching on there, it is a kind of a rubberized material. Okay. The reason I'm not showing you that at the moment is just me trying to kind of quickly get the leg clips around and locked in. You may have seen on one of the other shows, Terry and I have talked about like having little tweezers and things like that if you need. These are functioning clips that will go around the leg. If you do find yourself having trouble opening them, little tweezers are incredibly helpful. And something like that. and then elastic to go around the leg to hold that on. So I think that hopefully covers materials used. Okay, so there is the belt on it as such. As I said, all of these are a movable piece. Okay, I did put the flashlight in there. If you want to take on the very front, I can take and add the handcuffs. They will drop into there. And what I think this is neat is this is done to be a real case where it does have one notch for each of the cuffs, so they lay over really, really nicely. Okay, so you can place that however you'd like on the belt, as well as I talked about this, the blade having the 2 Velcro straps. If you want to put that on the belt, or wherever you'd like to place these, you can. I am going to put on the radio, and then I'm going to talk with Terry about how we're going to pose this up.
Okay, I have an idea, and it's going to make you very happy.
Okay.
Because we're going to use what you shared with me earlier is your favorite accessory.
Oh, I love that accessory.
The flashlight and the flashlight hand.
I just think the flashlight hand is such a fun thing to have. Since you've got that, let me pull out flashlight from there. I'll pull it out of the side.
Now, it's his left hand, right? It's the flashlight hand is the left hand?
Flashlight hand is going to indeed be left hand.
Okay, very cool.
Okay, let me slide this in here and show it off. That it does hold like that. I just think that's a lot of fun.
Isn't that great?
It's just that's a very unique accessory to have, and I'm very, very happy that they've done something like that. When you get kind of hands that may only do one kind of thing, it's neat when they've got something like that. That's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, agreed.
It does come with additional wrist pegs. I think you may have seen me there using the pliers to pull out the wrist peg. They are nice and tight in there. Okay, so I'm going to use that hand, and what else am I going to?
I think we're going to have to have that typical tactical pose with the pistol. Say that 10 times really fast. Typical tactical pose with the pistol.
Typical tactical. Okay, and I have failed.
Oh. Already?
No, with saying that phrase. Saying that phrase, okay. I just did not do well at all. I'm going to put short burn, bro. Back in.
Yeah, dealer's choice with the clip, whatever you wanted, however you want to dress your the pistol, and I'll let you.
Well, what's neat is if you're with the game is the further you get in the game and the further weapons, you can then go okay, and then dress your figure to be that way. All right,
and dress your character too. I'm kind of excited that they went with this costume, but
yes,
yeah. Okay, so
now we've got that. Let's try and figure out how best.
I'm going to have
to do him up here.
Okay, so you're familiar with the whole the whole tactical posture. So having a
I think Terry, you need to stand up and show us.
No,
Terry, can you please? Could you please
hold on,
stand?
Let me unplug.
The people are asking for
it. Yeah, I mean, when you see,
all rise.
Terry can't probably see. There are currently 9,000 people asking for you to stand. All right.
I think what we're looking for here is we kind of want him to be stealthily moving from room to room with his flashlight out and his pistol. So obviously, you want the flashlight up like here with the pistol
at eye level.
And braced up against the flashlight.
All right. Flashlight to side, and then
like he's moving sort of like this. So because there's no stand, unless you want to incorporate the stand on this, you could actually do kind of a cross step kind of a thing, which might be cool, but I don't know if we want to get into that here. So maybe just have him just feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and with the gun up and at the ready, just with the flashlight shining like he's looking around. You got it? Or do I need to get up and demonstrate some more?
I do like
threat.
All right.
And plug back in. Okay, good. Cool.
All right, Terry. All right.
Trying to bring you back up here. Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, looking good. Okay. Wow. 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 Wow.
I'm amazed at just how many bits of tactical gear.
That's pretty good, Guy. I think if I was gonna, I would suggest that you like make the head a bit more level, but I think that for what we're doing here, it works. He would probably have his head kind of cocked just a little bit like that. It implies just a little bit of uncertainty.
Okay.
He's
Well,
a bit
there's a
nervous.
little more level.
Yeah. That's
Are
good.
we good with
Yeah.
gun right at side of head like so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we want that gun right by his head, and because that flashlight is going to be up just right there, and you want him to be able to just like drop that hand down, and at the same time be able to. I'm trying to imagine like if he's got it up like this, then it gives him like the maximum field of view. Because if you've got the gun like this, then it may actually block something you're trying to see. But if you've got the gun up like this at the side of your head, then it maximizes your field of view. Then you can just wrap it when you need to. Keep that flashlight pointed so you can use it to illuminate your target.
I have now stepped off to the side, so I am not
Yeah,
in the way.
I see. I'm like, wow, the zombies ate Guy.
Yeah. Oh, it's. Gosh darn it.
That's cool. That's really cool.
There's a little dramatic lighting.
Yeah, now we know how to light that figure, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get this in your collection, lit from below. Yeah, in a pretty much otherwise darkened room.
There's so much you're going to be able to do with them. I mean, if you were to lay out just all of the weaponry and such, that's gonna fit your little display area from 2 different knives, 2 different handguns, 2 different shotguns, the machine gun, your grenade, your rocket launcher. You've got radios, handcuffs, flashlights, boxes of ammunition, which to me is probably one of my new favorite accessories is something small like that. And it's those little things that push something over the edge, and that's what it does with something.
One of the downsides about my participation in the show is that I don't get to be in the studio with you guys and actually see everything that's happening behind the scenes. But I just need to give it a shout out right now to Julian, first of all, for that angle on that figure. That looks really, really tight. I'm digging it a lot, and also to whoever the hell chose that backdrop out there with those things moving around in the background. I'm creeping me the hell out, man.
Scary plants going on back there, and such. No, the crew is always on it. I know a little bit about the toy, perhaps, that we're going to do, but I like to discover it along with the audience. But what's going to be behind me, and the camera angles that you're forcing somebody to do to say, hey, get a real tight close-up so you can read the little box of ammunition, cool, is quite a thing to ask. When we talked about all of the different weaponry, and we talked about the small armament, even the shotguns, they're going to move as well.
Cool.
All right, so there's just so much. Yeah. So much. There it is without stand, but he does have a named traditional stand that he comes with as well.
Cool. All right, so I think it's about time to announce our Gleam contest winner. Am I right, Paul? Do we have a winner?
We do have a winner.
Yeah.
Yes. So normally I do this whole bit where I drag out who the winner is going to be for like an incredibly long time. But on today's episode of Unsealed and Revealed, where we went over the Hunter Sovereign figure from Destiny 2 and the Leon S. Kennedy figure from Resident Evil 2, it's 2 sequels today. Yeah. I didn't even... I'm not going to draw it out any longer because I feel like people are just really sick of me drawing out every single episode of who has won.
Yeah, just like rattling out just like, innocuous facts and just like little trivial details and talking.
The good news is I've got no facts for everyone, but I do really have a winner. Congratulations to Mark Choi. Mark Choi, congratulations. Wherever
Mark,
you are, I hope you're watching. Please email social@sideshow.com sideshow.com. You got 48 hours to claim your prize. So email social@sideshow.com. Let us know what you won, where you won it, the best address to send it to, and the best phone number to reach you at, just in case. So Mark Choi, congratulations. Wherever you are, let us know. And again, email social@sideshow.com and let us know. Congratulations. Let us know where you are.
Awesome. All right, that is it for this episode of Unsealed and Revealed, where we, like Paul said, we unsealed and revealed 2 figures from 2 sequels. Lots of 2s going on in this. This is a very 2-themed episode of the show here today. I don't even know what 2-themed. I don't even know what's a 2-theme. At any rate, yeah, so excited. This is just me being super, super excited about the fact that we got to unseal that Hunter figure, and this is legitimately the first time that I've ever actually on screen ordered a 6 scale figure while I've been doing a show. So yeah,
we did have 2 other orders, by the way. During the show, 2 people definitely ordered it.
That makes 3. I call that a win. Yeah,
that's definitely one of the so you're saying we're having too much fun?
Mm-hmm. Or 3 much fun.
There you go.
Anyway,
that tracks. Yeah.
That tracks pretty well. So yeah, congratulations to our winners for today. I'm very, very happy for you both, especially the winner of the Atlantis Kennedy 6 scale figure. As we saw just now, it's a really stellar effort by Damtoys. I'm really, really glad that we got to do this. Yeah, tune in with us next week, where we are going to be unsealing and revealing yet another figure. And until next time, don't. Oh yeah, the Michael Myers 6 scale figure. Yeah.
Boom. Very excited for that.
I probably ought to be specific from here on out. Yeah. Yes. And until next time, don't forget to let your geek side show.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.